からっすか。
But I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna
だいぶ
happen.
やったんですけど。
It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
さっきだいぶやっ
I
たんだ
woke
けど。
up and I was starving. So I looked around for something to eat.
来たらお腹がペコペコ。
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
全然食べちゃう。で、この子は我慢したのつって。
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held
クリ
back.
ストファー食べたらえぐいよな。クリストファー食べたらえぐい。でもママは無視して、こっちに行こうとして。この
I
ね、
kept eating and
歯磨き
eating.
粉なって、歯磨き粉食べちゃう。えぐい。
I ate a lot of things that night.
わけわかんねえやつ。もうあれ飾りのやつだから、そもそも。
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
あれ鳥どこ行った？あれ鳥どこ行った？あれどこ行っちゃった？どっか行っちゃった。あ、そっか。次どこ行った？暗くてわかんないんだよな。どこ行ったのかわかんない。あれどこ行った？
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb
や
that
ってん
anymore.
ね。猫ない。
やってんね。猫泣いてる。そう、自分が猫になってる今。あ、おった。これや。
I gobbled her
いけ。
up,
ほら。食べちゃうっていうね。
and suddenly I was an owl.
急に袋になるっていう。
First, all I heard was the
急
wind.
に袋になっちゃうよ。
Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
ラビッツ。ウサギや。これを捕まえるんや。ほら。食べちゃう。食べちゃう。
I imagined his face lifted up and seeing mine through my
食べちゃった。
talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
恐ろしい袋。
Then I flew off to find something.
フクロウって可愛いけどさ、めっちゃ本当に野生ではハンターだよ。マジで。冗談だけ。爪が速いし。
A mama rabbit.
行くぞ。あれ取るぞ。捕まえるんや。早っ。フクロウ早っ。
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
怖いこのゲーム。
怖い。
And suddenly,
よ
I
くわ
was
か
a
んない
shark.
どういうあれなのかわかんない。で、急にサメになるし。よかい。ほんとこのゲーム。ちょっと。あ、いけたよ。いけた。いやー。サメ死ぬだろ、こんな転がったら。脳震盪で死ぬわ。
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was was hungrier than ever.
そしたらもっとお腹に
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and
で
it
もなんか
tasted
子供っぽい
really
よね
good.
あれが怖っあ、ちょっと下手だわ。どこ行った？あれどこ行っちゃった？どこ逃げられた？どうしよう。あ、おったおったおった。判定シビアすぎん？
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
このゲーム本当わからん。なんか急に怪物になってたとかね。
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
人間の匂いが超気にするとか言ってた。ただのやばいやつやんけ。つって。
I was big, and I moved real
人
quiet.
間をこうやってなんか食べる。
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
美味しそう。だからそっちに行ってみた。
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. 嘘でしょ。本当にいい匂いしたお前。嘘やろ。嘘つくなよ。 I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
わからんな。でもあ、でこれでメモがね終わるっていう。
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
セーブされた。
こんな部屋で寝れないわ。
びっくりした。やべえ、びっくりした。読み上げにビビっ
I
た。
grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
どうすればいいんだろうこれ。これ出んの？
草。
This would be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
今のロード
Though,
何？
when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
でしょ。
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcaside. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
なるほど。
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my
何
mother.
これ。すっげえ。これいけないね。あ、この部屋は
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
バスルーム。
It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
この家ほんとすげえよな。こういうからくりばっかや、ほんま。面白いよ。
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
よいしょ。
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
何ここの部屋すげえ。
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
ストーリー性がよくわかんない普通に。 ブランコなのに全然距離が伸びないんだけど。なるほど。どういうこと？どういうこと？わからん。何これ、もうひたすら焦げ続けろってこと？そういうことっぽいね。わかりました。こういうことでした。両足を上げないとダメでした。
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
かわいいブランコ。
Always
両足じゃない
wanted
と
to
ダメ
fly.
でした。もう危なくね？大丈夫かこいつ。もうご飯だって落ちちゃう。
But that day, he finally made up his
落ちちゃう
mind
落ちちゃ
to
う
do
落ちちゃう、ほんまに。
it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
大丈夫この子。恐れ知らずやな。ほんま。
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
大丈夫？マジ
then
で。
maybe he'd still be
心
here.
配だけど。
But I doubt it. I think he'd
や
already
ばい
made
よ
up
この
his
高
mind.
さ。大丈夫？一周しちゃうよ。
That's what I want to
行く
remind
行
you
く
about
行く
my
行
brother.
く。行く。風を切る感じがいいや。足絶対痛いでしょ。大丈夫？やばい、これは一周いっちゃう。普通に一周いっちゃったわ。あ、ちょっと止まんないとダメなんじゃないの？
The day he made up his mind to fly, and he didn't.
え、嘘。もうよくわからん、このゲーム。
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
なんかすごいゲームやな。ストーリーがなんかごちゃごちゃ
After
し
the
てわからん。
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
カルビン側を立ち入り禁止にした。
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
いやー、かわいいこの仕掛け。超かわいいやん。すごい仕掛けだな、マジで。うわ、何この仕掛け。からくりにも程があるやろ。
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
ダメだね。こっちじゃないってこと。
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
子役スター。
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
やばすぎ。
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
怖くね急に。
The old fridge rattled
急に何怖い。
through steel.
Oh dear!
行くんだよ。いやお前かい。
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out.
怒っちゃっ
She
た。
kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
えていくのか知りません、僕は。怖いね。どこの部屋や。こっちやな。こっちの部屋やな。ここじゃないの？
ホラゲーなの？
わかんない。
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
君ちここだろ。
That night, she played her part beautifully.
あの子の家。これやないの。
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
ぶっ倒せよ、こんなやつマジで。落ちた。
He wasn't moving,
死んだ。
but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
死んだ。おっせえおりんの。逃げよう。逃げたくね普通に。わざわざか。
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was
びっくりした。何ですか？誰？
at the door. She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
笑い方が怖い。
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
こに行くんだろうな。わからないな。どこだろう。どこだ。ここか。
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
開く？開くんや。次は。いい子。あ、閉じられてる。
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
次ここではないっぽいね。ここかな。
Molly always seemed like a
怖い
girl
わ。
I could imagine being
あ
friends
ら、
with
このゲーム。
if she hadn't died
怖い。
in 1947.
オルゴールって地下室に行くのか。あの物語の通りに。
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
地下室の脇ね。地下室の脇がこれか。本当だったんだ。へえ。実話だったんだね。
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
冷蔵庫の中に通路がある。やばくね。
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
洞窟みたいな。
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
あら、人形か。
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
げ。なんだこれ。
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one long day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
眠くなってきちゃうわ、このゲーム。
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now.
めっちゃ眠いもん今。
Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all
めっちゃ眠くなっ
along.
てきた。
For me to come back someday. And find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
眠くなってきた。 終わるか。じゃあ一旦これは眠くなっちゃってダメだ。別ゲーやろ別ゲー。